Dear students, a very good morning to everybody. Hope you are fine and in charming mood. We are continuing with the types of epithelial tissue in our previous classes. We discussed about the types of simple epithelium, including squamous epithelium, cuboid or cubical epithelium, columnar epithelium, ciliate epithelium, pseudostratified epithelium. Now today we are going to discuss about its last type, that is glandular epithelium. Glandular epithelium. Some of the columnar or cuboidal cells get specialized for secretion and glands. Form glandular epithelium. This very tissue forms glands. A gland may be made up of a cell, tissue, or organ. On the basis of cell number, there are two main types of it. Number one, unicellular, and number two, multicellular. Unicellular glands consist of isolated glandular cells, for example, goblet cells of the alimentary canal. Multicellular glands consist of cluster of cells, for example, salivary glands. On the basis of the mode of pouring of their secretions, glands are divided into two categories. One, exocrine glands, and another, endocrine glands. Now, what are exocrine glands? These glands secrete mucus, saliva, earwax, oil, milk, digestive enzymes, and other cell products. These products are released through ducts or tubes. That means exocrine glands have ducts or tubes for carrying out their secretions. For example, salivary glands, gastric glands, oil glands, sweat glands, mammary glands, etc. are all included in exocrine glands. Now, endocrine glands. Endocrine glands are ductless glands. Their products, called hormones, are secreted directly into the fluid bathing the gland, that is, blood and lymph. For example, thyroid glands, pituitary glands, adrenals, thymus, etc. Now we have one more type of gland. We call that heterocline gland, heterocrine glands. What are heterocline glands? These are those glands having both exocrine part as well as endocrine part. For example, pancreas, gonads, which include testes and ovaries. Another classification of glandular epithelium is on the basis of mode of releasing the secretions. The glands are of three types. That means merocrine glands, apocrine glands, and holocrine glands. Now, first, merocrine glands. The secretion is discharged by the cells by simple diffusion so that there is no loss of cells or their parts. For example, goblet cells, intestinal glands, most sweat glands, cellular glands. Now, another type is apocrine glands. In secretory products accumulate in the apical part of the cell. Later, this part breaks off from the cell and is discharged as secretion. For example, mammary glands, some sweat glands. Now, third type is holocrine glands. Holocrine glands, an entire cell, when filled with secretory products, disintegrates and is discharged as a part of secretion, for example, sebaceous glands. Now, the compound epithelium. Compound epithelium is made up of more than one layer of cells, that is, it is multi-layered. Compound epithelium has a limited role in secretion and absorption. Compound epithelium, it covers the dry surface of the skin, the moist surface of buccal cavity or buccal cavity, pharynx, inner lining of ducts of salivary glands, pancreatic glands. Main function of compound epithelium is to provide protection against mechanical, chemical, thermal, or osmotic stresses. Compound epithelium may be number 1 stratified or transitional. Now the stratified epithelium. Stratified epithelium has many layers of epithelial cells. The deepest layer is made up of columnar or cuboidal cells. On the basis of the shape of the cells in the superficial layers, it is classified into following four